G'day folks, well this is the first video I've made in quite a while of sort of a newish puzzle, so here we go. And I guess it's been a little while because I've been quite busy up until recently, and also I've had a little bit of trouble getting the video right. The quality of the video and the lighting, it's just really not been working. So I'm hoping this will be better. So I'm going to solve the master face turning octahedron in this video, and this over here is the face turning octahedron. So you can see that one of the differences is the master has got a center piece, whereas this one doesn't. And also the master has these pieces here in place of this single edge piece here. So that's a bit of a clue as to how we're going to approach this. We want to get it to be able to solve it similarly to a face turning octahedron. And so in terms of what I'm going to call the pieces, clearly that's a corner. Clearly that's a center, because it's in the center. What have we got left? We've got this triangle next to the corner, and then we've got these pieces here. Now, together, these pieces are going to make up a big edge. And so I'm calling these two, so this blue-purple is one piece, yellow-orange is one piece. I'm going to call them the outer edges. I'm hardly ever going to refer to them, but that's what I'm going to call them, the outer edges. These two pieces here, which are identical to this, yes, but that can't go there and that can't go there. So these are clearly only related to the edges. So I'm going to call this piece up here a triangle, and I'm not even going to look at it and think about it until the very last stage of the solve. So by then there will be no other triangles to solve. So that's a good thing. Alright, so I'm going to begin by reducing these big edges, and right at the beginning, I want to get the centers correct. That's obviously something that's different on this master face turning octahedron. The way I'm going to do that is just start with a center. I'll start with a white here, and I'll look at a corresponding corner. And I can see there's a white. It doesn't have to be next to the center, it could be anywhere, but it goes white, pink, orange, blue. So I'm going to make sure that I get, going around clockwise, white, pink. So here's white, pink, I want orange to be there. So I'm going to go find that orange center, and I can see that it's here. I'm just going to turn it across to there. Now that, I think on that line has actually turned with the white, so I'm going to need to turn on a different line. So I'll turn it, let's have a look. Got to keep the white and the pink there. I want to move the orange to this position here. Let's try that. The pink and the orange are there. Oh, that white. Come on, orange, you can do it. In fact, the white, yeah, okay, that's fine. The white, pink, the orange has got to go here, and I'm actually going to take it from, the problem I've got is that I'm going to bring the orange here, but it's going to move the white every time. So let's do it like this. The white and the orange are there, they're opposite each other. Let's actually move this pink across to there, and I can do that by simply turning that slice. So white, pink, orange. What was the next one? Blue. So now I've got to get that blue here without disturbing these ones. And that's going to come from that direction there. So you can see now I've got white, pink, orange, blue. That's good. And I'll just check up here. These are probably correct, but I'll check them anyway. There should be a corner that goes yellow, green, red, purple. There it is, yellow, green, red, purple. Okay, that is almost the most important step, because we're not going to move those centers now. We're going to make sure they stay where they are. And we're going to start properly reducing these big edges. So let's take one that's not done at all. For example, this green, red. To reduce the big edges, I'm going to do them in halves. You can see there's half a big edge, there's the other half. And so I need to attach a red green to a green, or else this red green to a red. Doesn't really matter. So I'm going to see if I can grab a red piece from this face, and I can. You'll notice that the red piece has got to go there. Where does that live on this face? It lives up in that sort of top position. So I'm going to turn this red piece here around to that position, and then I can attach it to this green-red. Now you'll notice as soon as I've done that I've actually just moved the centers out of where they should be. So this is really important initially before we've got any pieces that have been reduced. We've got to remember to turn this back. So I've turned that left half towards me. I'm now going to take this green-red portion off onto a side face. So just something like this. Now you remember that I turned the left half towards me, so I'm going to turn that back. Now, me being paranoid, I'm going to just double check that the centers are still good. So I should find a corner that goes green, yellow, orange, pink. Green, yellow, orange, pink. And you can do that the first couple of times. There's the green-red bit that we made. We now need the other half of that green-red bit. So because this green-red bit has a red, the other green-red bit needs to have a green. So I'm going to have to attach a green to this position. So again, I think where's it coming from? Either this face, there's no greens here, or this face. You can see there is actually a green. I can turn that around into the correct position. And then again, I can just bring it up. And I remember that I've turned the right face or the right half away from me when I do this. Again, I'll take it off to the side, just perhaps move it to here and replace it with this one, anything that's not yet done. I move the right face away from me, I'll bring it back. I actually can't remember 100% if I did move the right face away, so once again I'm going to check the edges, white, blue, purple, red. Is there a third one? White, blue, purple, red, good, that's all good. Now, those two, what were they? Red greens. There's one of the red green halves and there's the other. So what I want to do now is just line these up so they can come together. You can see that'll come together and form a complete big edge. Now, it doesn't matter if I move this to there or this to here. It makes no difference. I just need to remember what I'm doing initially. So let's move the left half away, and now I'm going to turn this reduced big edge off to the side here. I think I turned it away. Red, green, pink, white. Yep, red, green, pink, white. Good. Now the reason I say that it's important for the first one but not quite so important for the rest is because now I can use what I've just made to ensure that I get the centers back. And I'll demonstrate this on the second one. So let's go for this one. I've got blue, orange already attached with an orange. I'm going to find the other blue-orange piece, and that'll need to be attached to a blue. That's the one I had. Where's the other one? Oh my goodness, right next to it. So that, I'm going to have to put a blue here. I'll look for a blue up these parts. There is one there. Now I could say I'll use another one because that's attached. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'll just use that one. So that blue is coming down to here. Okay, so what I mean is I've already made this red green. You can see that it's on the same line where I'm turning. I'm going to break that. Okay, so I've attached the blue there, and I'm going to turn this off onto a side face. Now, I don't have to think about centers anymore. I just have to remember to remake this piece. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so the centers will have to be correct. Now, I should have orange, blue, blue, and blue, orange, orange. That's good. Let's line these up. There we go, they're ready. And again, I'm going to put that red, green onto the same line that I'm turning so that I remember to get it back. That one's done. Turn it off onto a side face. Remake my red, green. And there's the second one. You can see it's fairly straightforward. So that's what we're going to keep doing until we get down to the last, I don't know, probably 3. And there's, I think, 3 scenarios which are going to occur that I'll make sure I address. So I'm going to keep doing that until I've got 3 left. Now, I'm down to the last 3, as I said. This one's not too bad initially because I've actually got these two, the blue whites, together. So where's my third piece? Sitting right here. So what I can do is just solve that 10th edge like that, bring them together, replace it with this one. And of course then just bring them back. Where is it? Is that right? Just keep going until I'm happy. Yep, there we go. That looks good. And now there'll be one of a few scenarios, as I said. This scenario here is a good one to start with because it's just a swap of two pieces. Well, that's certainly what it looks like. You can see the white and the orange have got a swap. Everything else is done. So as with a lot of things, it's not actually a swap. It's a 3 cycle, and we're going to need to involve another piece that will help us here. So I'm going to demonstrate this by showing exactly what to do. I want to put one of the pieces at this, so this is my sort of front face, one here at the bottom of my front face. The other piece that is involved, I'm going to move down to this sort of lower left face, down in that position. Okay, so what's going to happen is this orange is going to cycle to there. Now the third piece is going to come from here. And what that tells me is that this white is going to travel around to there, and this piece will travel to there. In order for this to resolve, that needs to be white. So I'm going to find a white piece, any other white piece, and put it there. So just before I do that, I'll set that up so it turns correctly into the position. So that white will go to there and keep that done. That white will go to there and complete that, and the orange will come up to here and complete that. So how do we do this? Well, we're going to be doing up, up, down, down. We're going to be doing a lot of up, up, down, downs during this solve. Haven't really done any yet. And with this one, you can see that if I just do an outer up, up, down, down, it doesn't touch any of these big edge pieces at all. So I'm going to have to do slices. So here we go. I'm going to do an up, up, down, down with the slices. A left slice and a right face slice. So it's up, up, down, down. Now I'll stop there, and you can see that that has actually brought that orange piece up to where it should be. Now I said the third piece needed to be here, and now we're going to simply turn that face around. Next, we undo what we just did. So this time, to do an up, up, down, down with the slices, I go from the right. That will undo it. Up, up, down, down, and then just for completeness, I'm going to return that face, and you can see those 3 pieces have now they've now been moved, and they've resolved that problem. Now, obviously, I said there were 3 scenarios. That's one of them. The second one, I'm probably not going to show because it's probably easier than that in a sense, is that you've got 3 separate pieces. So for example, let's say that you had this, and you'd have the orange and the white and the purple on 3 different big edges. Well, that's exactly what we do. We just cycle them as I just did then, but it's kind of easier to see because they're separate pieces. It doesn't look like a swap. What I am going to do now is set up for the other scenario, which is a little bit trickier to see. And that scenario is this one, where we've got, let's put these on the same face, we've got 2 big edges, and it's kind of like 2 swaps on each of them. So you can see the purple and the white need to swap, and then I've got the red and the pink, which need to swap. So it looks like 2 swaps. It's actually 2 separate 3 cycles, and we're going to treat them the same as we just did. We just have to do it twice. So what that means is, if I start with this here, I've got that pink piece going to there, the red's going to come here, I need to get a red piece there so it fills this. Now there's a red, so let me put that in position first. Okay, so I'm just going to concentrate on these pieces first, doing it in exactly the same manner. And up, up, down, down with the slices. And I'm turning this face clockwise, then I'm undoing everything. Okay, and you can see that that has fixed those two, that apparent swap. Now we've got this swap, so let's just spin it around like that. Now I've got the purple, it's going to go there. The white needs to come here, and there is actually a white piece sitting there, so that's fantastic. So we'll go ahead and deal with that one. And you can see that that's actually pretty simple. It just looked trickier. We've just got to carry it out twice. Now that's a little milestone. At this point you can check your centers again. So white, blue, purple, red. We'll check for one of them. White, blue, purple, red. That looks fantastic. So we know the centers are good. We've now reduced these edges. And what we can start doing now is building or basically solving this reduced face turning octahedron. So that is the white center, that's where it's going to be. I'm going to build it around that. And I know that this piece must be the white pink piece. So I can just, initially I can just turn that up like that, that's good. This must be the white blue. So get that turned. You'll notice the centers are turning, but they're not, they're rotating, they're not permuting or turning away. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Where's the other one? White. White, red, that goes into that position. That's looking good. Now I can turn over and start placing these middle layer edges. Again, the centers are sitting here, so I know that that's got to be pink orange. Where's the pink orange? There. Okay, well, I mean, I can ignore that, or I can basically, what might be even better is to just go to the top face and go, that's red, purple. Where's that going? That's going right here. So I'm going to turn that up, just move this off out of the position, turn the position up to the top layer, put the piece on and return it. Done. That's red, green, that's already done. What have I got up here? I've got a blue, purple and a pink, orange. Well, there's the pink, orange, it's going to go there, so I'll turn that up, put it on, return it. What about this blue, purple? That's got to go there. What's left? Orange, blue, which is up the top here. So again, turn it off, move its position up, put it on and return it to the middle. And it looks like one more green, pink, which is at the back there. So position up, turn upper face, return. I think that's done. Now at this point, this is good. You'll notice the yellow edges are just magically there. The worst that will happen is something like that, where you'll have to turn that upper face one turn. So what have we got? We've got the centers, we've got the edges placed. The next thing to do is to place the corners. Well, to do the corners, let's have a look at something like this: white, red, green, pink, which has got to go into that position. Now I could turn it up like that, and you can see in actual fact that will correctly orient that piece. If I was to turn it up here on the left face, you can see it does not correctly orient the piece. So you've just got to figure that out first. And then what we're going to do here is an up, up, down, down, and involving these three pieces. So that's the first thing I'll do. Because I'm turning it up like that to orient correctly, it tells me I've got to treat it as a piece on this right hand face, and I turn that first. Up, up, down, down. So that one's done. Now the next one I might do, this one is in position but it's flipped, so I can kind of take that out and put it back in. The other white one is over here, it's opposite. So I might even just take this one out, put it up to there or something. So I just, and up, up, down, down. And what we've got now is I want this to come back to here, and I've just got to think about which direction. And so that's going to come up like that on the right hand side. Now clearly I don't want to involve this one, so what I'll do is just put another one. I might put this other white one in here, just in case. I think it actually might come back and correctly solve over here. That'd be nice. We'll see how that goes. So up, up, down, down. They're in. Let's move that one back. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so all those three white corners are done. Now we turn our attention to the yellow face, and could get a few scenarios. They could obviously all be solved. We could have one scenario where all yellow stickers are on top and the face needs to be turned. Now we can't just turn it because it'll put the edges out. So what we would do then is just do a 3 cycle to bring it to this sort of scenario here. So this one we've got, what have we got? Yellow, green, red, purple going to there, and this one goes to there. So for example, I would just try and find a way to do this so that the 3 pieces go where they want. So for example, if I was trying to do this one, I turn this face first, that will go into position. I then think about this one. This would be the 3rd piece, and it would come up like that, and you can see the yellow would come down to there, and that's not going to work. So then I'd say, what else could I do? What if I did this turning up first as the 1st piece going to there, then this one would be the 2nd piece that looks like it should come down to there. So I reckon that's a goer. So we'll go left face first with an up, up, down, down. And indeed, that is what we need. Now I will show you one other thing you could get, which is 2 corners in position that are both flipped. So here's that scenario where this single corner is correct, and then I've got these 2 that are in position but they're flipped. Now to deal with this, we just want to hold them on this face, one at the top, one at the right, and we do a, you guessed it, up, up, down, down with the left face. Then we turn this upper face 1 turn clockwise, and now we're going to undo. So we'll do a right face up, up, down, down, and then return this upper face. You can see that has very simply solved that little issue there. So at this stage you can see everything is done except for these triangles. I said at the start I was going to call them triangles. Well, I've now got to this point. These are the only types of pieces left to do. Now unfortunately we do need to use a little bit of an algorithm, but it's very similar to some other stuff that we've done, and I want to show you how this works on a solved puzzle now. Well, what we're going to begin with here is a standard up, up, down, down. We'll do it from the left, so up, up, down, down, just using the left and right faces. And now we're going to notice that what that's affected is the corners and these little triangles here. And so what we're going to do is just turn this slice 1 turn, just like that. Then we'll undo the up, up, down, down. So to undo it, I went left first. To undo it, I need to go right first. Up, up, down, down. And then of course I've got to undo the slice as well. So I'll just turn that slice back like that. And what you can see is that that has cycled 3 pieces. So you can clearly see the direction there. The purple has come up to there. This white has gone across to that sort of back right face, if you like, and the orange has come down to this, what do we call this? Down left, perhaps. Now the beauty of this is that you can, if you want to go backwards, you can do that, and all you need to do to go backwards is to do the slice turn first. So let's say I want to put these 3 back into position. I just do the slice turn first, and then I do my up, up, down, down from the left. Then undo the slice, and then up, up, down, down, down from the right. Did I say down, down, down? I think I did. They're all back. Now, obviously, if instead of turning the slice this way, you were to turn it this way, then what's going to change? You're going to have, instead of this piece involved, you'll still have this piece involved, you'd still have this piece involved, but now you would be having, instead of that orange one, be having this purple one over here. So that could be quite useful because then you've got 2 pieces on the same face. And in the same way, I'll do one more variation on this just to show how you can do this. If instead of doing an up, up, down, down, starting with the left face, I started with the right face, what happens? So I've done my up, up, down, down. Now I do my slice turn. I'll undo. And then undo that slice turn. Now what it appears to have done is just actually swapped two pieces. But what we know has happened is obviously these two are done. This is the third one now. So this used to be this piece here, but because we did the right first, we can achieve that sort of thing there. So you can see there's heaps of variations once you understand that you're just doing an up, up, down, down, and then do a slice turn and then undo all that stuff. Okay, so now that we know what to do there, what we're really looking for is, either a piece, the movement's going to be here to here to here. So we either want to get any kind of piece along like that. So we can see the pink could go there. So I could move the pieces in this direction, for example, if I do the slice turn first. So let's say that I want to do that. I've got to go the pink there, so I'm going to turn the slice turn first. Then I'm going to look for a piece maybe over here. Now I notice that that pink is on the yellow face. So if possible, I would like to have a piece down here that is yellow. And look at this. So what I can do is just set that up first. So I've got the yellow that's going to come back to here. So this is the goal that I have, is to always try and do at least two of these pieces with every time I do this routine. Okay, so because the piece movement is this way, we're going to start with the slice turn. Then we're going to do the up, up, down, down. Then we're going to undo that slice turn and undo the up, up, down, down. And you can see that's really all there is to it. That yellow has been placed, that pink has been placed. When we turn back this, the red didn't get placed, but it's very rare to get all three of them. Really quite simple considering. This is probably the hardest part of the solve, and it's one of the longest parts just because there's so many of these things to do. Let's do a couple more before we cut through. We've got, let's have a look. Does that red one want to go anywhere? Not really. No, don't like that. There we go. Again, I've got the orange that's going to go to here. So then I'm thinking either I want to put this white onto the white face, if I can, or I'd like a piece here that's going to go back to green. And you'll notice, there we go. We do have a piece that we can put up to that position. Once again, we'll do the slice turn first. And then return that slice and undo. Again, we got the orange done, we got the green done. Let's see if we can get one that goes in the other direction. Here we go. The red is going to go to here. So on this face, either I want, oh, look at this, I've hit the jackpot. The yellow is going to go up to here. The red is going to go to here. This blue piece will come back down to there. That's perfect. You can't do any better than that. So this time we do the up, up, down, down first. Then we do the slice turn. And then we undo the up, up, down, down. And then we undo the slice turn. Look at that, blue, yellow, red, beautiful. There's actually not that many to go, so I reckon what I'm going to do is just keep going. No point cutting back in. So what have we got? I've got a blue which is on that line, that's no good. Here we go, the pink and the yellow. So this is an interesting one because it looks like we've got a swap. So once again, what we can try and do is grab another yellow piece and put it down here if we want. Now, you'll say all the yellow pieces are being used. Well, yeah, kind of. So what we can do is do a setup where we just turn that face, so we've got this yellow piece here that can then go to the pink goes to here, and this yellow piece will come back and complete it. There you go, that's done, and we can return that. Okay, what's next? You can see there's actually not that many. Orange going to here, we've got a white piece. Yep, here's another triple. This is beautiful, green to orange to white. Let's knock that one out. Whoops, wrong way. Here we go. How many's left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, well, this is when it might get a little bit trickier just to set stuff up. Let's have a look at what we've got. All three of them are centered around here. So this white one, the first thing that I can do is turn that face so that the white can go and sit here. Now, I'm not going to worry about these other two yet. I could try and potentially take them off and bring them around here, but that's going to be a bit of a nightmare. So I think all I'll do is, I reckon again, put this purple down here. Now that's two setup moves, so the only thing to be concerned about is that I undo them in the correct order. So what I've just got to remember is turn the purple part back first, and I'm going to have purple, white, purple. Alright, that's all done. Turn the purple back first, and now it's just really obvious as to what to do. Well, I'm kind of glad I went through this, because this, I suppose, is probably the hardest situation you're going to get, where you've just got these seaming, or this seaming swap with these two pieces. So let's have a look firstly what I could possibly do here. I can turn this face to sort of separate the two pieces. Now I would like that, you just think what that's going to do. This is going to go down to there, which is actually pretty useful. I think because that red piece is going to go down to that position that I want if I do a slice turn, which then means all I need to do is make this blue piece go to a blue here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn that orange face in order to set up a blue there. Okay, so now I've got this blue going across to that blue. I'm going to have this blue piece over here wanting to come to that position. So I need to get this position down to there. Now the easiest way to do that is to do a slice turn to bring it down. So again, I've just got to remember when I undo stuff to undo the slice turn first. Let's see what we've got. The red will go to here, the blue will go to here, which is good, and this blue will come back and fill in there. It's exactly what I want. So again, not too bad. Let's carry this last one out. Okay, this is looking good. We've now done what we needed to do. I had to remember to undo the slice turn first, so I'll do that. And I had this blue, and you can see that has worked out really well. And there you go, that's the master face turning octahedron. There's not a heap more to it than that, and I hope that's helped, and thank you very much for watching.